channel. These are going to be timeless messages for Virgo. So please keep in mind that these are general messages for Virgo and they will not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Flip or switch your roles as necessary. Cross watchers, if you're cross watching, you'll need to do the same. Okay, energy is fluid and I am reading the energy. Please place it where it needs to go. Use your discernment and don't try to make anything fit that does not belong. All right, the reading should be confirmation of what you already know. All right, let's see. We have Capricorn, Virgo. Also, I want to give a reminder that I'm not doing personal readings from these live readings. So you'll need to contact me with the email address provided in the description box. I want to say thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, comments, shares, and any genuine support is greatly appreciated. Virgo, we have Capricorn. So there's been a rule that has been imposed and it seems like it's a focus. So this rule has been a focus or imposition. I don't always get that from this card, but this is what I'm getting. There's a history of rules are an imposition about a past or a focus. Okay, Virgo. So there's something to do with this Cancer, Capricorn, imposition, imposed, and rules. Meant to what? Restrict, overwhelm. Rules meant to overwhelm, and being restricted can be overwhelming. So let's see. Virgo, what is happening? What is Virgo need to know at this time for the Virgos? Okay, you are attracting with Venus at this time. There is pleasure. You're being asked to have good times. All right, your actions are what is attracting good times or who you are. So your desires are being attracted to you. Okay. First house, circle of friends. Okay, so people with the same desires or similar actions all being attracted to similar things. And it looks like freedom. So your actions are also you're gaining freedom because of your actions. You're gaining freedom because of your actions, because you know who you are, or you are more aware of what you're attracting, if that makes any sense, Virgo. You're more aware of what you're attracting. So your focus is going to shift once you're more aware of it, Virgo. Mars, the action. But with this action also comes confrontation, whether it be you doing the confronting or the confronting is coming towards you. I don't know. Let's see. Sagittarius, this rule. Okay, confronting the rules. Okay, the rules were meant to be restrictive and overwhelming, and now this action is confronting the rule, or the highest idea of why the rule occurred to begin with. There's a drive for this, apparently. Pluto. There's a drive to get to the heart of the matter of this rule of a leader, or because of a leader, or the sun is leading you to getting to the heart of the matter about what resurrecting, let's say resurrecting this focus or rule back to Capricorn, whether to resurrect this imposition, something still is imposing on a leader. There's a confrontation imposing on a leader. Do or die you must. Action, get it out to the world. So something very pressured, but I'm not sure about that pressure. Is this for Virgo? Reactions. Okay, there could be do or die you must reactions. Pluto and the moon. So confronting and imposition and then rules, a force, and then a reaction. Action to cause a reaction. There's been actions to see what the world is going to do about how the world's going to react. Ooh, there's actions about how the world's going to react. The moon and Gemini. We got that full moon. What do we have? The new moon in Cancer. We had something going into Aries at 0 degrees, and I can't remember what it was. Okay, anyway, communication about these reactions. Okay, so it's just like confronting and then feeding off of reactions due to confrontations, due to impositions of rules. When something is imposed, it is meant to impose a limit. So a limit was imposed, there's a feeling caused, or somebody thought there would be a feeling about this rule, or confronting. Okay, so some defense. This was meant to put someone on a defense. Virgo, analyze, can be Mercury, defense, a defense of words or the mind, or a reaction. To communicate from a rate of to force communication. I don't want to say force, but to trick one into communicating due to some kind of using some kind of rule to their advantage with this communication, because someone feels a certain way about what you're doing, your action, who you are. Aries, Mars, confronting, could be dealing with an Aries. A lot of fire here because Sagittarius is right next to it. Could be an Aries challenging your rules or your action, or having you second guess something. There's the Sun again. Communication, acting like a leader. Rules imposed with a history, the same thing. You have the intuition to protect. There was something overwhelming as a result of a history that this leader got involved in here. Let's see. Winning at all costs. This confrontation has to do with winning at all costs, or not considering the action or this confrontation, not considering others around them and how it affects if you are winning at all costs. There's a rule about this winning at all costs. Somebody on the defense with the 9 of Wands, and just this looking right at. So this guy's got a bandage on his head, and this guy still has his sword up. And this is like crossing a boundary, or somebody's confronting your boundary, possibly, Virgo, at all costs, because they have a drive. They have a drive to resurrect something or communicate something through, or resurrect something through communication. So if they communicate it, it ties you back in. Temperance in reverse draws you back in. Got Sagittarius twice, but this is unhealed action, or an unhealed confrontation, or overly doing something. The drive is not pure. What is this for Virgo? Lovers, wow. Okay, so these choices are unclear. You're confronting, or a Gemini, you could be confronting someone's actions, or somebody's confronting your actions or choices in love, because I have Mars and Gemini. Actions and choices. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Now somebody's kind of left without a choice, or you're not juggling, or you've confronted the situation and know what reaction as opposed to a response. So you're giving a response, or this lovers is a clear response or a clear action. It doesn't need validation. Okay, some action does not need validation here, but this drive behind this other rule that's being imposed needs some type of validation or energy behind it to keep it going. Yeah, it doesn't want to change with the death in reverse with the rule. The rule doesn't want to shift. What kind of rule? A spiritual rule or a rule that is like a gatekeeping rule. Like I got that gatekeeper. Yes, something meant to restrict, a highest idea, a rule meant to. So there isn't a resurrection or a rebirth or not, to notice something, a good choice maybe. Okay. These highest ideas with Sagittarius that you have, Virgo, with Pluto, the seeds are planted, they're here, you're nurturing them, you're looking at them, you're getting to the heart of what you planted yourself. You're deciding what to resurrect, what to lay to rest, what has been forced or what has been nurtured and what has been reacted, what has been nurtured, what has been communicated or overanalyzed, and what has been natural. Wow, then we got the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there is something that was deceptive or unnatural. Hear about this rule, because I'm looking right at the rule. Could be a rule that Scorpio, because this is Scorpio, Gemini. So some kind of rule or deception about a reaction. Somebody isn't reacting. Wow, look at that. Oh, well, I'm gonna leave it out because 7-7 here, because it wants to stay. This do or die you must, or this what is it? This concern. Okay, this concern isn't genuine, Virgo. This reaction of concern. Okay, as well. Yeah, wow, 7-7-7 now. This reaction is the Seven of Cups. It's confusion. It's confusing. The feelings are confusing, or it's meant to confuse. You're moving on to calmer waters. So there's an energy aware of you're moving forward to calmer waters. So there's reactions of all these cups as, I guess, a distraction, are meant to have you second guess because of these rules. Or these rules are being imposed from the outside to change the look of something as well, to change the look of what something is with the moon. Death is an illusion. Moon is our amplifying illusions. Mercury is communicating those amplifications of those illusions with the Seven of Cups here especially. This is Mercury over here about the moon. Now there's there's been reactions, and now there's talk about the reactions. So, and where does that get somebody? Oh, well, it gets somebody stuck. This communication isn't favorable with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Virgo, it's not favorable about either this earth, you as an earth sign. So this is another earth sign that is not able to bring something to the table no longer, right? Two of Wands in reverse, this plan, okay, 6 to the 7, hang on here. The Pentacles are upright. There's something hidden about it. There's a hidden feeling or a hidden reaction and a hidden plan. Sadness is involved. Crossing boundaries is involved. The Star in reverse. Somebody's not being seen for what they thought they would be seen by this reaction. Confusing reaction was not an equal give and take there. It was like a minor injustice that took place with this communication. The communication and the plan was a minor injustice. I don't know if it's a major. Starring Raven. Okay, Aquarius. Could be Aquarius. Let's see. I want one more on here. Boy, that just spun a lot. Oh, 9 of Cups. This was a wish fulfillment. Somebody thought they would get something because somebody else was thrown off balance. Oh, somebody thought the outcome would be they would receive something if they did something, but they didn't work out that way. And yeah, King of Swords in reverse. It wasn't logical, or somebody wasn't using their logic when they communicated about, hang on, it's about the mind too. Somebody wanted to change someone's mind, thought they could change someone's mind. Let me see. Yeah, Page of Cups in reverse, Knight of Wands, coming in fast with something false, could change this false. That was what someone was trying to do, get someone to communicate, but it's not working. Page of Cups in reverse, Knight of Wands, it's not stable enough. Ace of Swords in reverse, that is the truth, that it's not stable and it's not genuine, and this communication is not genuine. Therefore, what's the point? To be seen, somebody's doing something for recognition, or to be seen confronting, but it's not turning out as expected. You had the strength to be seen for overcoming a narrative, a false narrative, a deceptive narrative about a love or a choice or an action, or why someone is confronting is an illusion about that. Keep going because there's more here. Virgo, Ametrine, balancing masculine and feminine energies with the Lovers card. Okay, you can. With these actions, balanced communication, balanced lifestyle. When you are put in a confronting situation, it's knowing how to respond instead of react as well, because these actions are choices. Lovers is a choice of action. So you're going to take choices of action in a direction that continues to restore balance as well with Ametrine. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you the confidence. Okay. All right. So, Virgo, what's happening with this Lovers action choice confronting? Divine life purpose in reverse, heightened intuition, clearing negativity, purity. Okay, so you're being asked to purify and detoxify, clear the negativity with smoky quartz. Your intuition is heightened, so you're being asked to trust your inner knowingness as it is trustworthy about this purpose that went in reverse. He's confronting a fulfillment, or this is faulty guidance, being asked to use your intuition and make a choice because you're the one living with the choice here. Something like that. Virgo, what's happening? Virgo, that natural beauty and authenticity kind of sliding its way out there. All right, so this action or this confrontation with Mars, confrontation of the choice, be yourself, as God made you naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. Okay, that just tells me to know your worth and know your value, so you don't you're not seeking or needing the same validation as this other energy that is entertaining and trying to control the situation, unable to give it to God for some reason because it doesn't want to change this Scorpio energy. So Virgo, the rule doesn't know controlling the rules. I said made to restrict. The rules are made to restrict or be restrictive, or it is restrictive upon what is beautiful inside and out. That tells me it doesn't honor things naturally. Control issues is in reverse. So again, with the Scorpio and the control and the rule. Somebody thought these rules were for the highest idea, but they're now, with this control issues in reverse, no longer able to control the rule or the narrative because it's being seen for what it is. Somebody also is releasing anger, or you're being asked to release anger around these rules that were meant to impose some kind of restriction. Being asked to make time for self-care. We have yellow jasper. Utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing what others might think or try to control you. So this is about, standing up in your authenticity here. I want to see what this Pluto, 7 of Swords, a life lesson. Okay. So do you want to resurrect a life lesson? This was a pressured or a very much of a life, or we got to do or die lesson here. So this could have been very overwhelming at one point. You can break free from negative reoccurring patterns by praying to know the lesson and the blessings that they contain. So when you release negative reoccurring patterns, and you therefore also release the cycles that are attached to the patterns. The pattern creates a cycle. So when you shift the pattern, it also shifts the shape of the cycle, or something like that. Paradigm, life lessons. There's a life lesson with this deception and these seeds, or what or why someone was trying to get to the heart of the matter, because it was not for the reason that they say. Okay, healthy communication in relationships is in reverse. I just said it wasn't for the reason, it wasn't for the healthy communication. All right, so there was for a reaction with the moon. I just said make time for self-care because we saw it, and kyanite make. So instead of reacting or responding or needing anything here, because we got the feelings and the nurturing and the 7 of Cups. So instead of needing anything like that, you are going to be spending time taking care of yourself, because you know that is what is essential, not nurturing all of those other, and it fell on the control issues, not nurturing all these other possibilities that are not even a possibility any longer, possibly. Wow. Okay, something like that. Yeah, because forgiveness is involved. So you're being asked to forgive this communication, or forgive the faulty offer of communication, or the faulty rule. Trying to release repressed anger. This is the second card of this anger. Someone presented a lot of anger, or said someone was very angry because someone is becoming prosperous with prosperity. Sorry, Malachite. There's a positive shift when you forgive. So whatever action was taken and communications were brought out of that, and the talk behind that, forgive, because it's blocking abundance. So forgive yourself for overanalyzing. Have self-confidence. And here's that purpose in reverse. Okay, let me get one on this. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. For Virgo, this analyzation of this communication, or what was meant to throw you off balance in some type of way. What is this? Okay. Self-confidence through God confidence. Okay. Having the confidence to say no to what you don't want, because this is very, it doesn't even make sense to look at. Coming possibly from someone who you might have thought was in a leadership role, or acting like a leader. Again, with the Maiden Stone. Trust your inner knowing as it is trustworthy, and then trusting your inner knowing, and then having the self-confidence to continue to trust your inner knowing, or to um, receive the confirmation. Okay. Prosperity, about this prosperity, or the shift and the divine support. Wow. And that kind of hurt. My hand. Okay. So somebody once kind of knocked out that half the cards out of my hand. Okay. Now, all right. That could mean something for somebody out there, but knocking that divine support right out of the way, but that's not going to happen. Worry is a wasted emotion. I'm not sure what to think about that. Worry is a wasted emotion in reverse. So any worry is not going to change the situation. You could be aware of that and letting that go. Let's see, Virgo, what's happening with this action. This action had an expectation, an unnatural expectation, or somebody thought it was natural, but it's really not. It was a rule that was imposed to get a reaction, to get continual reactions or continual support of an expectation that, what's happening? Express your feelings. This is natural actions, okay, expressing yourself naturally. I want to say expressing yourself naturally with natural beauty and authenticity and feelings. All right. Love is your energy in reverse. There's some kind of fear with this control issue. So whatever has a hold with an illusion or a control issue, when you express your feelings, something over here, this rule is getting angry. It's in fear. Because why? Because it's blocking abundance. All right. So this control issue has a lack rule to it. The highest idea of this world, or the world reaction, is abundance, and it's controlling abundance. Or this life lesson has to do with how anger blocks abundance as well, or rules, anger at rules blocking abundance. You are never alone with okay, so you're not, whatever blockages are taking place with abundance, it's happening worldwide. You are never, I got world and alone, all based on ego. There's a big ego trip here. Let's see. What is this? Your beliefs are right for you with this lesson. So you've got the candle here with your seeds and your lesson. Your belief, you're resurrecting anything that aligned with you in the past. You're not forcing anything. You realize that's out of fear. You realize like attracts like, all right? Your beliefs are not only attracting like-minded energy, it's also attracting those in need of your energy with like attracts like, and law of attraction, because you are set with your core beliefs. So it's about your core beliefs and what can't be shook or shaken. Okay. All right. Understand your body reactions, how reactions have an effect on your body, these confusions as well. So it's trying to take care of your body, understand your body, whether it be study, energy, or the physical body system, mental body system, spiritual body system. We have feelings, nurturing, and reactions. So many understandings can take place with core beliefs and how it affects the body. Live your bliss is in reverse. So whatever self-confidence and intuition and blockages about communications that aren't blissful, meant to have one overanalyze or over what do I want to say? Overconsume, overanalyze, overgive. Overcommunicate. Somebody's unblissful, wanting to communicate their fears here. You're being asked to lead by example. Virgo, what's happening? Lead by example with breaking free This is part of this breaking free from negative reoccurring patterns. These are thought processes or anything that the mind restricts, and then it's enforced by energy around you. What is this drive confronting in action? Okay, we got fire sign here. We got a King of Wands. This drive could be confronting or took some action, or this is the action that where it came from. Oh, with a plan that didn't work. So I think we saw that in that other deck. And I just think I might have gotten bit by a mosquito on my foot, which might have something to do with this King of Wands. Don't know. But it's itching, so I can't really tell what is happening. Anyway, let's see. All right. What is this action and the love or this choice? Tower. Now somebody's action or their choice led them to a tower. Whatever wasn't natural, built or on a foundation that is going to withstand some kind of test of time or test of authenticity is going to crumble. And here we have that tower coming in for that. Aries here. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So Virgo, these are blockages, or this is disloyalty, or this is just not going to come through. This action or this drive. Oh, well, this drive is not there. Okay, so this was a drive that is losing its value for lack of what? Purpose. Lack of passion, lack of purpose. Now the death is upright. Okay, so something's wanting to change. This illusion is shifting regardless of who's shifting with it. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse doesn't make it to its destination. So the action of the confronting it's not going to happen again. Happening here for Virgo. I want to see here. Let me see. This rule. Abundance, control issues and rules around abundance is your right with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Blockages around beginnings or money or offers. Illusions around these beginnings and offers because of being stuck or stagnant in sadness. Somebody projecting sadness could be blocking abundance or a new beginning, or this focus of where this angers. Somebody would be angry if the rule, or somebody thought the rule was going to go in their favor and it actually is not. Power, wow, no, because it wasn't a stable rule. This rule that was imposed isn't stable. World, King of Pentacles. World, something to do with the world not backing this beginning up. This wasn't a divine offer based upon control, the money, the offer. Okay. Resurrect, belief. What is this? Here's that Ace of Wands. Right. There is a passion here. Somebody wants you to get to the heart or resurrect this life lesson. What you learn from this is you get a new beginning. Ace of Wands, that's being challenged. You get a new beginning, and here the Fools on the bottom of the deck. You get a new beginning because your beliefs are aligned with you. You gain some kind of understanding. That's the news. Wow, you got the Page of Wands with news. You've overcome being left out in the cold or poverty of some sort and had a have or going to have a new beginning. Without this action of, okay, somebody not deciding not to help someone because of whatever reason, I don't know, I'm not even going to go there. There's a reaction over here about you understanding and making time for self-care, Virgo. Sun is in reverse. These are all unhappy reactions with the moon, or unhappy illusions, because upright, the sun is happiness. Somebody's in fear of your happiness, or you are being asked to take a look and understand how self-care how maybe a lack of self-care could have blocked happiness, or there's some kind of feelings or reactions blocking happiness. Oh, competition. My goodness. Reactions, feelings, and competition, chaos, drama with emotions, self-care, and just unhappy with themselves. Knight of Wands. Here's that Knight of Wands. And not only that, it's not stable. Wow. It's attached to that Seven of Cups. That's right here. Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups with the Devil right in between. So it's meant to draw back in here. Here you got competition and everybody's got their wand. So here comes the Knight with one of the wands, picks up the Devil on the way. There's some confusion. There's the Nine of Cups in reverse. See Nine of Cups in upright, but it's not in. So it's like hidden motives of what? Somebody hasn't got anything else to do at this time than come in and out with a wand. And the Devil attached to it with emotional reactions. Okay. One more on this Virgo. Hope this was helpful. I think I'm going to go back and clarify a little bit here with, well, the Ace of Swords is in reverse. With this, okay. This communication is off here. Ace of Swords in reverse. Two Ace of Swords is in reverse. About why or how someone's being seen. Leo, Aries, the narrative, their recognition based upon some kind of faulty communication, or their faulty, unhappy communication is not going to bring peace here to them, because somebody's looking at your Two of Cups, Virgo. There's a Two of Cups here, being asked to defend the Two of Cups. There's an institution around this Two of Cups. What is this Ace of Swords? Or wait a minute. What is this Knight of Wands? Sorry, Knight of Pentacles in reverse for Virgo. The Seven of Pentacles. Here's the Seven of Pentacles. Resurrecting. What you want to resurrect. Well, look, you're not going to want to resurrect things that aren't even like false promises or things that are feelings, and or somebody can't even make a choice, a clear choice, a clear, loyal choice. Okay. Judgment. There's clear, loyal choice, then judgment comes out. Well, that tells you that. So it's up to you to decide what you want to express yourself to, and not having the strength to maybe go through a waiting period. What are these unhappy reactions that you're being challenged with? The self-care. Lovers again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Upright. Somebody's happy love choices, making choices in relationships that nurture and not confuse. It's like the opposite. Oh yeah, look. Then the Star is in reverse with Justice right behind it. So the Justice, or whatever was somebody was trying to be seen for, a reaction, it didn't somebody didn't expect a choice to be made. Hang on here. My eyes itching. We got Aquarius, Libra, and that King of Wands that we started with a plan that didn't work out. So the plan was to be seen a certain way, but it created an injustice, and now justice is being restored. Ace of Swords in reverse, the part of the injustice or the truth has not been revealed. What is this? About a Four of Wands, the World, closing out a cycle. You choosing true love or a community of support, or choosing, there's a lot of analyzing about your choices, a lot of outside analyzations about your foundation, a lot of communications about wishes not being fulfilled or being fulfilled either way. They're being projected and mirrored. out there with the world. You're closing out cycles. Here's that tower. Whatever wasn't stable or stable foundational choices, it's coming back. Matter of time. What is this Four of Wands? The news. News is coming in with the Page of Wands, matter of time. And then the news could be blockages. Somebody else is being blocked. Because this is Eight of Wands in reverse. This are you no longer analyzing the situation, frees you up for good news. No longer overanalyzing. Nine of Swords is overanalyzation because it leads to anxiety. And the way to lead to anxiety is to try to control something that becomes overwhelming, and then you gotta overanalyze it. And you have to keep up with all this nonsense. That's what somebody, it looks like, tried to do there. Let's see. This news, these manifestations did not work because they weren't trustworthy loyal from the beginning. Check that out. So you took the options off of the table with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so it's all in reverse. It's like it's going back. Now someone else is going to be stuck. King of Wands, fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. That's all. They've all been here. Virgo, so whatever. I had a plan. Cast some kind of mental confusion or illusion to be seen. Now, they're going to be seen for the competitive person that they are. Six of Wands in reverse, Five of Wands. Whatever they chose to use their wand to do. Okay. This belief you have about that is your confirmation. Somebody's trying to flip the script there. You're no longer juggling your choices as well. Okay. Virgo, what's happening? You have the Ascended Masters, number 2, assisting you. Creating open communication with higher vibrational energy, being open to guidance from the Ascended Masters. Okay, what is happening here? Meditation number 27, improvements require persistence. So you had the persistence and you meditated on this, or you were at least seeking guidance from within on a situation. Virgo, Ascended Masters want to come back out. Virgo, okay. So your higher self is guiding you through this. Create open communication, open your intuition. Okay, your intuition about it. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there, Virgo. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.